Do you ever feel like you are doing everything you can, but nothing is changing? You are trying your best, you are showing up, but you feel still stuck in the same place, no progress, no shift, no light at the end of the tunnel. Let's break down this funnel. Let's see what's stopping you. Started little bit artistic, you know. I've written this opening and I found out that I like it. It's almost like a poem. I could not memorize it. Unfortunately, I had to read it. That's why I repeated some words, but I hope you like it. So we have a deep dive today. We are talking today about why are you in the plateau? Do you feel like you are stuck? You're working so much, you are doing everything, but there is no growth. You are not growing, you're not going anywhere despite all of your efforts. That's the place to discuss it. Let us break it down. Let us see what's not working. Let us see what's the problem. Recently, I started writing, rhyming. So it shows, right? I have rhymed manifesto for myself, manifesto which I read when I'm stuck. But I'm not going to read it today. I'm not ready to do it without looking into my notes. So let us just go and see what do we need to break down today. Tonight we will uncover the why growth stops, why it feels like there is no light at the end of the tunnel, what really blocks the progress, the truth that nobody explains to you, nobody talks about this, or maybe someone talks but it falls in the deaf ears which are yours. Maybe it's yours, deaf ears. So we will break it down. What actually matters? And I'm happy that you are here. I want you to go and straight away to do what? You need to go and like. Because without liking, without subscribing to this channel, you cannot comment in the live stream. If you want to comment, and I'm asking you always to comment when you join, you cannot do it without subscription. We are creators on a mission. Our mission is to change the world through the media. I'm equipping you for this exactly, for this thing. And especially when you want to do something good, when you want to do good to the world, you know, did you hear this? To do good to the world? Sometimes it's really frustrating that things are not working in that case, especially if you don't grind just to have money, if you work hard to actually help people, but there's no visibility, you don't grow in social media, your YouTube channel is not growing, your business is not growing, clients are not coming. Why do you think is this? We will be breaking it down. And let's go straight away into the thingy. Growth versus scaling. This is not the same thing. Let me level up. So growth versus scaling, you have to understand the difference. They are not the same. It feels like it's the same. Growth, getting bigger, scaling, getting bigger. But because we want to break down today the problem why we are not growing and why the business is not scaling, why whatever we are doing is not scaling, let's try to first at least understand what's happening. Starting with this. So growth is, what does it mean? It's adding more effort to increase results. Adding more effort to increase results. More hours, more posts, more clients. So growth, it means there is some kind of multiplication, there is increase in something that you are putting in. That's growth. Now let's have a look what's scaling. Scaling is multiplying results, careful now, attention, without multiplying effort. Scaling is when you multiply results without multiplying efforts, better systems, better automation, delegation, and positioning. So we want to use these things. Yeah, we want to use these tools So we want to have growth and we want to have scaling, but it doesn't always work. Why it doesn't work? Let's see. So many people, they want scaling because it sounds easier. It sounds easier. They want to make more without doing more. Whatever. Is it money? Is it more views? More something? Like it has to be something that should grow without additional effort. Why do we think like this? Because sometimes we feel tired. Like I have done so much already. I have worked so much already, and it still doesn't show anywhere. Like I cannot see the output of my work. That's where we start questioning this. And that's okay, that's normal. So I want us to break it down so we understand where is the issue, because there is an issue, and if you don't understand this, then you're not going to be able to leave the plateau. Most probably you will just drop whatever you are doing. You need to understand that you are still in the growth phase. Yes, so you have to keep doing what? Adding more effort to increase results. You still have to invest. If you are in plateau, it means that you still have to invest, that you are in the growth phase. So you are in the growth phase over here. It means that you don't have systems to allow you scaling. But if it sounds a little bit difficult now, like Kate, which systems, what do you want me to understand? Let us go till the end of the stream, and at the end I will actually tell you which systems you must have in place. But again, it's too early. Let us grow towards this answer. You know, even towards the answer, you have to grow. I see some people are joining, so don't forget, please share where you are watching from and what do you want to get from this topic. I understand the topic has really attracted your attention, and that's great. That's why I did this. I'm doing it also for myself. Actually, um, I have a lot of trouble with students telling me that when they are going to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I try to break this down many times and explain that you have to see the invisible, not to look into visible. You have to it has to be your lifestyle, what you are doing, so that you don't wait for the end somewhere at the end of the tunnel. But it still doesn't work. I still have trouble explaining this. So I have, today is one more attempt. Maybe not the last. And while I'm attempting to break it down, I also break down the concept to me, to myself, because I'm going through the process where I need to write for myself manifesto, what I'm doing, why I'm doing, to inspire myself, because it feels lonely when you are going to the top. So this is for you and this is for me to brainwash ourselves. How does it sound? All right, so foundation is the part that nobody wants to build, unfortunately. And you see, we have here growth and scaling. Growth and scaling, they cannot be done if there is no foundation. So you cannot grow you cannot build a building if you didn't put the foundation. You cannot expand anything that doesn't exist. You cannot grow something significant on the place that is not prepared. So foundation is very important, and this is the part that nobody wants to build. So what is the foundation? Is the first clear positioning of yourself, your product, who do you help, with what, how do you do it. Then the product structure, what offers that you are doing, they have to be easy to sell and deliver those offers. So this is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't wake up ready to give an offer. Then you must have in place simple systems. Simple systems. Which systems? By the way, I told you I will give it by the end of the stream, but it looks like I have given out my secrets already. So the onboarding process, the content workflow, and sales process. Let us stop here a little bit. So you are building your YouTube channel or social media presence. Why are you doing this? Most probably you want to influence. Some of you just want to earn money. Whatever you want to do, you have to build a product. You must solve problems of people with your solution, and it has to be easier solution. It has to be structured solution that is easy to deliver. It doesn't mean that there are different types of products. In my course on how to create digital products, that you can find in my free courses here on YouTube, just go to the section courses. You will find digital product creation. So I have there the lesson where I break down how the products they appeared, which types of products there are, and I say there that you have products which are just plug and play. For instance, this mouse. For me to use it, I don't need to go through any process. I just take it, I plug it into my PC, and it works. This microphone is also plug and play solution. This camera is plug and play solution. I don't need to go through the process to make it work, maybe just a little bit. But PC is a tool that I need to learn to use. So there is already process involved. Then let's say another product like course, for instance, you cannot just plug and play course. You cannot take course and just make things happen that are shown in the course. What you must do, you must put yourself into this system, to go through this course, and it has to transform you. It has to build your skills, or it has to do something with you. There is a transformation process. And there are some programs like, for instance, universities. You go for 5 years, some goes for 8 years into university to get a transformation, but university itself is a product. And then there are other products like coaching sessions. Let's say this is a 1 hour product, but there is a process that people have to go through. Let's say a therapy that a professional therapist, psychologist is doing. This therapy is not an easy thing to go through. It's quite painful to go through therapy, but it's still product. We cannot say it's easy product, but the product that gives results. So the systems that you have to develop, those systems, they have to include easy onboarding or easy access to your product. So people have to be able to access your product easily when they pay, or whatever agreement you have. For instance, you have free product, but they have to access it with a specific condition, like you leave an email or something like this. This onboarding process has to be simple, as much as it's possible for your goals. Then you have to have workflow around your processes. You create content, you have to have workflow. You have sales processes, you have to have SOPs, you have to have all the frequently asked questions about your products and things like that, like processing details and many things. So all this is just a point of systems that have to be in place. Those the foundation that you must have. And then let's go to the next one, is a brand clarity and the consistency. Consistency is built, so you cannot have consistency from today for tomorrow. Consistency is built over a period of time with systems, with everything that you need. Also all the processes, they have to be included in this consistency. You have to be consistent across everything you are doing. Brand clarity is related to clear positioning, understanding who do you help, how do you convey your message, and things like that. I don't want to give you too much like marketing details. What I want you to understand that if you are a creator, especially if you are a creator on a mission, if you don't understand things like that, you will burn out and fall away from your path to your goal very fast, because it will take time for you to get to your goal. And if you don't understand these things, you will be on the plateau, you will get bored, you will get tired, and you will disappear from this plateau. It was time when I was so curious about the I liked watching movies about Everest. It just started, this Everest thing. I never wanted to go to the Everest because I hate cold, but I really was curious about people who were going to Everest. I was reading and watching videos to see their stories. So the Everest, it has stages. So you have a stage like stage 1. So you have like to stay here on this stage something like 2 weeks. But you have to get there. It's a mountain. You have to get there. It's not easy. You get there and you have to go through acclimatization, and you have to get used to the altitude. So you stay 2 weeks there, maybe 2 months. It depends on how much you have to stay to be ready to go to the next level. Then the next level, there is another camp. You have camp here. Camp. There will be another camp on this mountain, and you will have to stay there other 2 weeks to adapt, to get ready to go. And only after this you will attempt to go actually to the top. And you have to be going through these processes of plateau. Plateau is necessary. Plateau is not something that you have to avoid at all costs. It is there. It's going to be there. It's necessary. Get used to it. Plateau is the foundation. And on plateau, you need to keep building, but you need to have a clarity of what do you build. So I still say that let us go till the end, and we will try to break down what I have shown you already here on which systems you need to have. So people skip this phase of the foundation. This foundation, people skip it because this doesn't feel like progress. Plateau never feels like progress. But if you will go to the Everest, if you will try to attempt without staying on the plateau, you will die. Because your brain just will swell, because it cannot cope with the altitude. Your body adapts to wherever you are. So you are living on the earth, or not above, like maybe 1,000 meters above the sea level, but not 7,000 meters, not 10,000 meters, which is Everest. So for you to go to the higher altitudes, your body has to change. Your body systems, they have to change. They have to improve. And it takes time. So you cannot wake up one morning and say, let me climb Mount Everest just because I have money. Even those people, to climb Mount Everest, you have to pay $100,000 for, all the Sherpa equipment, all the road and everything. You have to really have a lot of expenses. But it doesn't mean that because you can pay, you can go. You have to prepare for 1, 2, 3 years to go there. So, and most people who go, they are not even able to get to the top. They are not able to get to the top because they understand they cannot cope with the altitude. There is no oxygen. Your brain is swelling. You start seeing things and hallucinating and doing weird stuff. So it's not that you can just go to the top of whatever goal you have set. You have to be on the plateau. and build the foundation. And it will take time, so you have to be patient and not lazy. Next time I want to speak about laziness, because our society, especially now with AI, it avoids the topic of laziness. If you will ask ChatGPT, tell me about laziness, the first thing that ChatGPT will say, you are not lazy, you are just burned out. You are not lazy, you are just having no clarity. I don't think so. I think that people are lazy because they want what they want. Laziness is wanting to have results without efforts. This is the laziness. Let me show you the definition of laziness. Go and check the definition of laziness in the dictionary. So it is having results without adding effort. That's laziness. So what people want to do, they want to stop adding efforts when they are not ready yet. And this is deadly for your dreams, for your goals. It doesn't feel like progress. It doesn't feel like progress. It doesn't feel like progress when you are on plateau. It feels slow. But without it, anything that you build will collapse. In other words, you will just like die. Of course, not physically, but if you attempt the Mount Everest, it's going to be even physically. Imagine that. Mountains are not joking with us. Next, let's go to the next point, and people, why this is happening, why these people do not survive the plateau, why people do not survive the process, because they have misunderstanding. They think, I hear often that they are worried that they don't have visibility, and they need visibility to succeed. They feel like, if I have the clients coming, that it means success. If I have viewers coming, it means success. If I have eyes on me, it means success. But it's not like that. So this is what happens. Many small creators, entrepreneurs especially, yeah, and coaches like me, they think, if I just had more followers, clients, reviews, my business or brand would work. And it's not working because I don't have enough visibility. Let me start being visible everywhere. But what happens with increased visibility? It multiplies everything that you have and you don't have. So look at this. If you have a weak offer, your offer is not winning the market, cannot win the market. If you have weak offer, visibility multiplies confusion. People don't understand. They never understood your offer. They don't understand why they should pay money now. So it just multiplies confusion. You can put a lot of money in advertisement, and then you will multiply confusion using your own money, wasting them, getting even more disappointed, and using the funds that you need to support yourself to grow for visibility. So you will use for visibility what's not ready for visibility. And then if your content lacks clarity, what happens is that visibility multiplies inconsistency. So one day you think you serve these people, other day you think you serve these people. You cannot make a decision. Or if you have a wide audience, you do not understand how to marry it together, how to marry it. Let me give you an idea. I have a very wide audience, and the way I marry it is under the idea that we all can be creators on a mission. I marry it under the value. So if you are still searching, your audiences are different and you are still searching your niche, you cannot find, then you will, if you multiply views, you will multiply of confused people's views. They will not understand why they have to subscribe. They will not understand why they have to go and buy your products. What do you think about this? I would love you to write in comments. Do you resonate with it? Do you feel embarrassed with what I'm sharing? Do you like hate me for what I'm sharing right now? Or do you love me for the truth that I'm giving you right now? Another thing is that increased visibility, what happens when your operations are messy? You don't have SOPs. You even if you are very small business, if you are very small creators, you must have written down processes. This is how I'm doing the step one for recording, let's say, a bunch of videos. Let's say you want to create few videos in a row. What do you do first? What do you do second? When do you set up the light? When do you set up the camera? When do you put makeup if you are a woman? Well, how do you dress? Do you decide it before the camera? No, it's not going to work. So you have to have those processes written, and don't rely on your mind that you will remember it, because it's not going to work. It will create confusion. And then when you will start having people watching your channel because you made advertisement, or because you made someone to put you in the spotlight so that there is a swap of audience and things like that, what will happen? Those people will come, see that you cannot be stable in production of your content, and they will leave. So why? It will just, because you are not ready, so you will be just doing more things with the old ways, and you will burn out. Another thing that visibility multiplies, for instance, if your brand message isn't aligned, if you don't understand what's brand message, what is your brand message, it has to be bouncing off like anytime, even in the middle of the night. If someone will wake you up, you must be able to say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing YouTube channel? Why are you doing this product? What is the idea? What's the mission behind it? So if you don't have this, so this visibility will just make chaos. Now you have visibility, now you are invited to speak to a group of people, and they ask you what is it you are doing, and you will like, like a sheep. Bleh. If you have foundation creates capacity. Is it confusing? Foundation creates capacity. So let me break it down. Think of this. If you have a cup, check out this one. If you have a cup and you want to add more water into this cup, it will overflow when the cup will be filled. So the stress, burnout, and inconsistency is the overflow. It means the cup is filled, you don't have capacity. When you burn out, it means you don't have any more capacity. When you feel too stressed, too tired, feel like things are out of control, it means you don't have capacity. And try not to take more projects on you, not to execute more ideas when you don't have capacity. Work on your foundations, because they give you capacity. If you have, let's say, instead of the cup, if you have a bigger vessel like the bottle, you can hold more. But if you have a bucket, you can hold even more, right? So people ask for more water, like for more views, for more money. They ask for more things before upgrading their container. Container is not upgraded, is not bigger, is too small. So your foundation is your container. What we spoke about, the foundation. The foundation. this part that nobody wants to build. The clear positioning, the product structure, simple system, brand clarity, the consistency. I speak today in rhymes. It lands better. I hope so. So if you don't have this foundation, anything you will build on it, it will collapse, because foundation is your container. What do you think about this? So when you build a strong foundation, scaling then start happening automatically. So it does scale naturally. It's like with a plant. Let me hide it for a moment so you don't get distracted. Imagine you have a plant. If you are a plant person, you like to have house plants. I mean, the ones that need a pot. You know that when plant grows, when it uh, expands its roots, you need to change the pot. If you don't change the pot, the flower starts dying. So you have to change the pot to a bigger one so that you have more soil there. It can feed more micro elements, and it can be more healthy, and it will grow just because you changed the pot. If you don't change the pot, you still need to feed this plant with more nutrients, just like if you would have this pot. So that's foundation. So a strong foundation, it makes growing automatic. The better foundation, if we talk about it as it would be the a vessel, a capacity. So the moment your systems and offers become stable, predictable, your growth becomes much easier. And we will talk about why. But think about this. So the moment your systems, everything that you are doing, systemized, organized, there is clarity, you are not confused, you are not burning out. The moment you achieve this, you will see the growth, because it will become easier. You will not need to grind for it so much. When your message becomes clearer, your content becomes more attractive. It performs better. So your message becomes clearer when you have clarity about what is it you are doing, which the mission is very important, which is why I have taught you that you have to build everything that you are doing on defining your values, because once you define your values, then it's the main foundation. It's like digging the space for foundation. You have to dig deep in your soul to understand what are your values, so that you don't get disappointed when you build everything. Dig down, find your values, find your life's purpose, build on it. Any business can be adapted to your life's purpose. Many things that you think cannot be married can be married. This is the creativity. Putting two things that shouldn't be put together. That's creativity. So when your message is clearer, your content becomes better, more attractive. When your offer becomes more persuasive, and you can have more persuasive offer, when you are sure that people need it. People know, you know that people need this thing, and you have solution for them. And when you know that you have solution, you will talk everywhere about your solution. So you need to have this clarity, and then this will increase your conversions. So any of your discussions will be converting into sales and products, or onboarding, or joining your idea, your community, things like that. Next one is when you have workflow clarity, your workflow becomes lighter, and this will influence the consistency. Why? Because if you can sit and make script for 10 videos in one sit, it saves you time. Instead of getting ready to write it for any job, you have to get ready for any job. So if you will sit 10 times, open your PC 10 times, find your Word document to write your script 10 times, and then close your PC 10 times, you are losing time. But if you have sat one time, have written 10 scripts, have made a break, have drunk a coffee, or have had a lunch, returned and kept writing your scripts, closed your PC, you are done with just one opening of PC and one closing of PC and all documents, so your preparation is reduced. But if you are doing it every time unorganized, when your videos are finished already, you don't have anything to post, then you are sitting and you are recording just because you are in the rush, it's a problem. There will be no consistency. You need to have it. I see we have people watching. Let me just see. Welcome, Matthias, Real Man Mentor, watching from Houston. And you need to click on this handle and go and watch this channel. Amazing channel. Matthias raises leaders. So if you want to become a leader and you want to grow your kids as leaders, to raise your kids as leaders, you really need to subscribe and watch what he is doing. So next one, the moment your systems are ready, your onboarding becomes cleaner, not messy. Let's say onboarding, if you are a coach, your onboarding must have a contract. I learned it hard way. If people don't have a contract which they can go back to and read, and they onboard to a massive program, I'm not saying the program that is like one course. If you have a massive program where the way to the result is long, you must have, for instance, the contract, the agreement. So it means you need to figure out how to do this agreement. It has to be written already, at least. You have to have it somewhere in the email. You can learn how to do digital signatures, because people get crazy sometimes when it gets to money. They get crazy sometimes. They show crazy things later. So people might not show up to your coaching, find excusing for 6 months, and then they come back and they can say, return me the money, and you invested this money already in assistants who would help this person to be trained, and this person never showed up, but then they show up and ask you to return money, and you are shocked because you think, what, this person is a Christian, they must understand, they didn't keep to their own agreement. People are getting crazy when there is no contract. So onboarding has to include the contract. Do you have it? Do you have at least an understanding of what do you want to agree with people on? So clients who have this agreement, they stay longer because at least you have clarity on expectations. And then another one is when your confidence increases, when it happens, when you have a clarity of where you are going, what is your goal, that your business is supporting your goal, then your decisions become faster. It's easier then to decide, you know what's good for you, what's not. And then let's talk about, if this is so important, if foundation is so important. If people are really struggling on the plateau and they are getting really tired, burned out, they are so um they had so much enough everything. Why they still ignore the foundation? Maybe because people wasn't taught, they didn't know about this. But that's not all. It's not only about knowledge. Look at this. Foundation feels slow. People want to have quick wins instead of solid infrastructure. Quick wins are better because people will praise you for even having a quick win. People will say, oh wow, she just started her YouTube channel and now she has 1,000 subscribers, yay. And that's why some people are going and paying bots to subscribe to their channel. What's the point of bots being on your channel? Are you serving them? Are you working for them? Just for the number? Just for you to brag that you have reached 1,000 subscribers? Who cares? People will applaud to you one time. They are not going to applaud to you tomorrow for this 1,000 subscribers. They will forget about this. But then you are remaining with the dead channel. 1,000 subscribers who will never open your video, never react, never respond. It's better to have 100 people who do react and wait for your videos. And when your video appears in the suggestions, at least they know who you are, not bots. So these quick wins, they are killing your channels, they are killing your businesses. Of course, we all want to grow faster, but it should not be with shortcuts that are dangerous for our own growth. Solid infrastructure gives solid result. I am here for solid results. Are you in here for solid results? Tell me. Are you with me? Or are you with them? For quick wins, for viral videos, one-day success, trends, whatever. Are you ready to dance in front of the camera just, to get views? I can dance in front of the camera, but not for views. I can dance for different reasons. I can enjoy myself, I can, I don't know, celebrate my birthday, whatever. It's okay to dance, but not for views. When people are just like doing crazy stuff for views, it's just even ridiculous when I look at this like older women dancing in front of the camera to get views without doing the due diligence what they have to do, to actually attract people. So foundation is invisible. That's why many people don't choose it. You don't get likes for having a well-structured office or good tracking system. No one will like you because it's not visible. Let's say you have an automation. No one will like this. You know how to produce 20 reels in one sit. No one will like this. You are working to build a solid infrastructure and you are building a large program. No one will like this because people, they don't see it. Unfortunately, this is how it happens. You do it alone. It's quite lonely to build. You need to start loving the loneliness that comes with it. But also you can find a community that can support you, that also is on the same path. And then foundation requires work, which is uncomfortable. You need to develop strategic thinking. And usually strategic thinking, self-understanding, and skill development is not dopamine-driven tasks. You don't have a quick hit of the happy chemicals in your blood. You know, dopamine, the happy chemicals. For you to understand and research your market, you don't get the dopamine. Although I would say, like, I get from analysis, but for you to maybe to acquire this as a new skill, you don't get. You get dopamine from scrolling. So people just go to scrolling, they see other creators releasing like good videos, good content, and they just get inspired, but it's not enough for them to do this stuff. So you need to be ready to do the work and without even having motivation. Find the way. Find the way. This is also a system, because I developed a system for myself. How do I start doing things that I don't want to do? It's even more difficult because my brain is reliant on dopamine, is deficient of dopamine. So I'm just gamifying everything. I'm finding the way. I'm making games. I'm making, challenges for myself. I'm making things more interesting. I'm switching tasks. Because there is no excuse that I just have ADHD. Let me sit and cry. I have to find ways. You have other issues. Find ways to work. Don't come with the excuses. Find the solutions. So the reason people don't select foundation is because it's hard. And there is the hardest part. Except of nobody seeing what you are doing, except of no dopamine, except of no appreciation and loneliness that you have when you build foundation. Sometimes people, they think they have a foundation. So we will talk of what foundation is not. People think that they have a logo or website is a foundation already. They have some idea of an offer. There is no clarity, but they think it's already a foundation. They have some content. They have some followers. They have some skills. This makes people think that it's enough, that this is it. But this is not enough. Not enough. And now we can talk about what true foundation is. We have just a few minutes. So if you have any takeaway, you can write, because I'm going to try to round it up faster to have our 50 minutes limit met. So the true foundation is when you can clearly describe what problem you solve in one sentence. It's good also to know how you solve, in one sentence. You have one or two core offers people understand quickly. It takes time to develop offers, because you develop offers by offering and seeing how people react. If you give offer and you understand that people don't understand, you go back and work on your offer. Then you give it again, then you work on it again. So it takes time to develop the offer. So you cannot say, let me just develop offer and then I will work on my visibility. But this is a process. Then another foundation criteria is that you can deliver consistently without burnout. Because I know that some of you said, oh, I have it, Kate, already. I can describe what problem I can solve in one sentence, and I have few offers that are working. All right, can you deliver consistently without burnout on this offer or on your content, let's say? If you burn out, it means you are not ready to go to the next level. Because burnout, if you are complaining that you don't have enough time, that it's too much to do these things, it means you don't have systems. Systems will help you to create with more outcome and less effort. Systems. But if you don't have a system, if your mind is lazy to work on system and you think you will just like pass through like that, you will burn out. If you have burnout, you are not ready for the next level. Then next quality that shows that you have foundation is you know your content pillars and workflow. One type of content is not enough. One topic is not enough. So you must find for yourself what you are working with. And you have to develop a workflow for this. And if you want to see how I am developing the workflow for my 1 million subscriber goal, you can join me every Monday on this YouTube channel for my Project Golden Button stream every Monday. And this Monday I'm going to talk about this workflow and how I design different content pillars. Next qualities is you have a predictable way people find you and convert. Many people right now, if you will send me your social media, I'll click on the on your websites, and your websites are not ready to receive people. You didn't think how people will get to your website and how they will accept the offer. You didn't think about this. You didn't try to go their path and see where they stumble, where they have difficulties, where they cannot see the way out. They will just abandon. They don't know how to contact you. They don't know how to work with you. They will just abandon. You have to work on conversion. You have to think about this. This is a foundation. Things feel stable even before you feel successful. So you don't have to feel successful. You have to understand that things are under your control. We're not looking for the end of the tunnel and the light at the end of the tunnel. You are not looking for this. You are looking for stability, predictable way people can find you and convert, content pillars and workflow designed, consistency without burnout, offers people can understand quickly, and you know how to sell, and you clearly describe what problem you solve in one sentence. This is what you are looking for. You're not looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. Stay on this plateau as long as you need to develop these things. Because if you just move on without these things, you will still have to do them, but the hard way. The hard way. So let me go and read. I have few comments. Let me get ready to disconnect from this stream. So if you still want to write something in the comments, go into comments right now. And because we are going to end this stream very fast. What did you get from the streams? What is your takeaway? Where you are watching from? If you didn't read, haven't written, and if you haven't subscribed, most probably you cannot write in comments. So you have to subscribe first, wait for 5 minutes, and then you can write. So let me read the comment like that, because it's too far. You know, the screen is so far. This is truly eye-opening. This is from Real Man Mentor, who you went to his channel and subscribed already. This is the true this is truly eye-opening. Foundation is doing their uncomfortable work and it is invisible. Achieving foundation takes work and it should be our goal if we ever want to scale. Thank you for this session. Thank you so much. It was a great session for myself as well, because I had a clarity how to explain to people that they don't wait for the light at the end of the tunnel, because it was difficult for me to explain. I tried from here, from there, and I like sometimes you need to understand to be able to explain. So I did understand today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we talk about strategies.